Hello guys, welcome to another park review. And I haven't not done one of these park reviews in a while, so I'm going to start doing them again. So, I'm going to be reviewing Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I got the opportunity to visit this park last month, and I just gotta say this park is incredible. So let's talk about the history of this park first. So, Dollywood opened in 1961. It was originally just a railroad ride with a salon and some exhibits and food. That was what it was originally. The park is named after country actress, country singer Dolly Parton, and the park is located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, which is a very popular tourist destination. So, like after a day at Dollywood, there's still a lot to do outside of Dollywood, including four different alpine coasters, including that and the Gatlinburg area. I was able to do two of the alpine coasters, including the Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster and the Goats on the Roof Alpine Coaster. So yes, 2 credits extra. So yeah, the tourist destination the destination where Dollywood is in is absolutely incredible. I mean, Pigeon Forge, like you can't beat that. It's a great destination. So let's talk about the park. So getting into the park, you'll see the sign, and the sign is absolutely beautiful. I think the sign for Dollywood is incredible. So then you enter the parking lot. I just gotta say, this parking lot is really weird. Like the layout for the parking lot is just a very confusing layout. Like I did not get the layout for this parking lot. It was so confusing. But eventually, then you'll enter the park, and you'll be greeted by the sign in the Show Street Palace Theater. And Dollywood does have 9 different roller coasters, which include Lightning Rod, which is an awesome launched wooden coaster from Rocky Mountain Construction. They have a wing coaster named Wild Eagle. They have Fire Chaser Express, which is a fun family coaster. They have Dragonfly, which is their new Vekoma suspended or junior suspended coaster. Then they have Thunderhead, which is my favorite GCI at the moment. There's Mystery Mine, which is a really neat Gerstlauer Eurofighter. There's Tennessee Tornado, which is by far my favorite Aero Custom Looper. There's Woods Whistlepunk Chaser, which is just another kiddie coaster. Then there's Blazing Fury, which is a really neat indoor coaster. So if I had to choose which one was my favorite, it would easily be Lightning Rod, which is as of right now my #1 roller coaster, followed by Thunderhead, and then Tennessee Tornado. So I think the coaster variety at Dollywood is pretty good. It's not anything like Cedar Point or Hershey Park, but it's definitely not bad at all. It does give me Busch Gardens Tampa vibes. And Dollywood also has a bunch of other great thrill rides. They only really have 2, which they have their drop tower, which is Dropline, which I gotta say that was a really fun drop tower. It was really neat because both days that we were at Dollywood, we rode it in the rain, and it was weird, like dropping at the same time the raindrops are coming at it. It was like the same speed. It was so weird. If you haven't done a drop tower in the rain, you should try it. It's really weird. So they have that, and then they also have a screen swing named Barnstormer. I thought that was a pretty neat attraction. I rode that day too, so I did not vlog my thoughts on that, but I thought it was really fun. So now getting into the family rides, they have 2 water rides, which they have Daredevil Falls, which like Barnstormer, I rode this during day 2. I did not get to vlog my thoughts about this ride, but I will say it was a really neat water ride. One of my personal favorite water rides I've done actually. I didn't get too wet on it, but it's a really cool water ride. So yeah, I give thumbs up for Daredevil Falls. And they also have like another River Rapids ride, which I did not ride that because I did not want to get absolutely soaked like Infinity Falls style wet. They also have a Cars ride, which is like where you're riding a '60s Corvette, which I thought that was really cool. It was a really neat experience. This ride is next to Lightning Rod. Then they also have a whole section where there's like a ton of family-based attractions, which is the Country Fair section. Then you also have Wildwood Grove, which is known for all its family rides as well. So let's talk about the theming in the park. The theming in the park is absolutely awesome. They have 10 different themed sections, which include the Show Street. It's very hard to say Show Street. We should try to say it 5 times fast. Show Street. Okay. But yeah, they do have Show Street. They have Timber Cannon, Wildwood Grove, which is their brand new section. Wilderness Pass, Craftsman's Valley, Owens Farm, Country Fair, Rivertown Junction, Jukebox Junction, and Adventures in Imagination. So they have 10 different themed sections. And I gotta say, the place has some really great theming. Like, one thing that I find interesting is that in one side of the park, you'll have like all like the modern style attractions. Then in another side of in the other side of the park, it's all like the old school attractions, which I find super cool. I find it really cool that Dollywood has something like that. And one thing that I found very interesting about Dollywood is that they have a church inside the park. Like, that was something that I did not expect to find at all. It's the Robert F. Thomas Chapel. And it's pretty, and they even do Sunday morning worship inside the chapel, which I did not attend that because we were leaving to go to Carowinds, but yeah, I find it pretty interesting that they have a church inside the park, which I found that to be really cool. So yeah, and they even have a bunch of stuff going on in the crafts department. Dollywood is known for their crafts presentations, which most of the presentations can be found in the Craftsman's Valley section. But we did not attend any of the crafts presentations, but I know they're really well known for their crafts presentations. So now let's talk about capacity and stuff. So during day one, because it was dead when we were there, they were only running one train on basically most of the roller coasters, including Lightning Rod, which Lightning Rod had one train even on both days. Even when it was busy, they were still running one train on Lightning Rod, which I was not a fan of that. But also they were running one train on Thunderhead, Wild Eagle, Tennessee Tornado, and Dragonflyer, which Dragonflyer has to have one train. But yeah. But I mean, there's some coasters were running more than one train on day two, so I'll give that. And one thing I love about Dollywood is that all the rides had bins on the ride platforms, so I did not have to go out and buy a locker, which was so sweet. I absolutely loved that. They do have a strict no loose articles policy, so that's good that they have those bins so that you don't have to buy a locker, which I think is incredible. A lot of parks have lockers, which I know that sucks, but it's great when you have a park that just has bins on the right platform so you don't have to buy a locker. So yeah, I'll give you that, Dollywood. Now, one thing that I also really like about Dollywood is that they have some great shows, which Dollywood is definitely known for their awesome shows. I only saw one show, which was the Dreamland Drive-In show, which I will say that was a pretty good show. But I know that Dollywood is known for their awesome shows. Now, before I give more thoughts about Dollywood, I cannot talk about Dollywood without mentioning their food. It is against the law to not talk about Dollywood without food. It's against the law to talk about Dollywood without food. This food is so good. My new favorite park food, I will say that. Best park food I've ever eaten. So one thing that Dollywood is famous for is that if you go into the Craftsman's Valley section, go to the grist mill, and in that building, they have their world famous cinnamon bread. This is what Dollywood is known for. Both days I was at Dollywood, I got some cinnamon bread, and oh my gosh, it is heaven. It definitely lived up to my expectations. This cinnamon bread was absolutely flawless. On day one, I was just like, that was good, but then I ate it day two, and I just loved it even more. Dollywood this is world famous cinnamon bread right here. A lot of people call it their favorite park food, and I can say that it's probably one of my favorite park food items that I've eaten so far. I won't say number one yet, because there's a lot of contenders for my number one park food. Let's say park food, more other park food in this park, like the Lumberjack Pizza, which we'll get to that later, and then Butterbeer, Universal Pizza. There's a lot of other great park foods out there, but this might be one of my favorites. It's incredible. You cannot go to Dollywood without getting cinnamon bread. It is against the law. It's that good. So the restaurants that I ate at, I will talk about which ones I ate at. So day one, I ate at Lumberjack Pizza, which they have some really good pizza. I was a big fan of the pizza. And then for dinner, we ate at the world famous Aunt Granny's Buffet. That was a really awesome buffet. They have some really good food there. It's world style Southern cooking. It's really good. is really known in the enthusiast community as a really cool buffet. So yeah, I'll give thumbs up to Aunt Granny's at Dollywood. And the staff at Aunt Granny's were so good. Like they were incredibly nice. They made sure that you were happy and that you had enough food. The workers inside Aunt Granny's were just incredible. Like, shout out to you guys for making sure that we were happy and having a good time. So day 2, I ate at the Red Drive-In for lunch, which they have like burgers, and I also had some chili fries, which that was really good. I think Dollywood has some great burgers. And then for dinner we had the Twist and Taters, which I got like a chili dog and some fries, which that was really good too. But I also know that they have like some loaded fries that are really neat. Then they have like a barbecue, which I know like Tennessee's known for their barbecue, and I forgot to get some barbecue in Tennessee, which I feel ashamed of now. I feel guilty for not doing that. But I also do know that they make like a really good sausage, which I don't like sausage, but for people who do like sausage, there's that. And they also do some like southern style cooking with ham and beans, which I don't think I would like that at all, but it's definitely there. So yeah, Dollywood overall has some flawless food. So talking about other than Dollywood, so like Dollywood, yes, does have the Dreammore Resort, which I will say it is an amazing hotel. I absolutely loved staying at this hotel. It's like a really bougie hotel. But like the hotel itself is awesome. Like the staff in there are awesome, and they do have a fun outdoor pool and indoor pool. So after the park, going into the pools was just incredible after a fun day at the park. And they have a bakery too, which you can get some Starbucks coffee, some other amazing treats, and yes, you can even get cinnamon bread inside this bakery. And you can order some pizza here too if you're like wanting some pizza. So yeah, I can't complain about that at all. And also, one thing that Dollywood also has is that they even have a water park, which yes, it is separate admission, and we did not go into the water park, which is called Splash Country. It's still awesome, but they have a really cool water park. So yeah, Dollywood is making sure that everyone is just they're making sure that people who are going to Dollywood make the most out of their vacation. So yeah, I'm glad that they have that water park there. And we were able to see it from the hotel, which I thought it was awesome. Like getting to see some great views of the slides, that was pretty awesome. So overall thoughts on Dollywood: it is an incredible park. I absolutely loved being here. It's one of my favorite parks personally. You cannot beat Dollywood. It is awesome. Right now, my second favorite park, I must say, only to Hershey Park. But yeah, Dollywood is very well themed. They have some amazing rides, amazing shows. There's just something for everyone at Dollywood, which is something that I love. Like Dollywood is a very awesome park, and I have very high hopes for Dollywood, and I was not left disappointed in the slightest. It is an awesome park, and if you're ever in the area, I definitely recommend Dollywood. You will not regret it. So that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and comment down below. What are your thoughts on Dollywood? Do you agree with me? Do you not? What are some of the experiences that you've had at Dollywood? Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more content in the future. Also, don't forget to check out Theme Park High Productions on Instagram for more updates and content. I'll see you guys next time. Have a theme-tacular day.